All right, so we're going into the third game here. If you're confused about what's going on with the player base, you are not seeing things. We are seeing LG.Kangwook again, our player from the first series. He did answer the skill testing question and the viewer poll, and allowing him back in here. We had this happen last week to us in the infamous FireZerg. FireZerg did lose his game because he was invited, but well, of course, did answer the question correctly. So we did let him back into the tournament. So we're going to do that here to Kang's going to get the chance to play again, but he is going up against our current king, who is the blue Protoss in the top left here, as from Team VT in this bottom left. This is Blistering Sands, of course, guys, you saw on the thing there. Kangwook, the red Zerg, again, from Team LG, Lazarus Gaming. This is Iced, of course, from L2SC TV. Want to thank everybody for tuning in either via VOD or on live, so definitely want to see more people out, more events, as this is the Challenger King of the Hill. It's a 3-day set King of the Hill, as we're just trying to give away some cash to a few players that are available to play, truthfully. So we'll see what we can do here. This is the trick to this King of the Hill, is that a random viewer will get to play between every second or third match or so. We're going to ask a question in chat. That's the IRC stream chat. So if you guys are watching this live, please hop into the IRC chat. We will post a question there, and then the first person to answer will get to play. Kang is stepping back in here for answering the question: what hotkey in Brood Wars was the hotkey for Dark Templar? So everybody will take a second to think of that. I know you're all like yelling at your monitor. For some of you know it wasn't D. D is for Dragoons. So keep that in mind, but you guys will figure that one out, of course. Of course, Kang knew the answer first, and he did win this, so Az is going to go against him. Az is going to do a similar build to he did last game, actually, getting the pylon gateway on the low ground, as Kang does scout that out really, really early, getting the drone in position here. Does the denial, of course, on the Zerg base, so we might see a similar build. This doesn't favor that Void Ray Colossus build, doesn't favor here, I don't think, as much, because of such a smaller map. Blistering Sands, very, very short distances, so we'll see if Kang can put that to use, but it won't allow him to get up to Void Rays or anything too quickly, as Cybernetics Core is built at the wall, completing the wall on the low ground. I'm pretty sure the wall's complete. We're going to find out in just a second to see if that drone can get out or not, or he was just actually checking anyway, but nope, drone's trying to get out. Nope, just checking, so I believe that is complete. I'm not going to be 100% sure until I see that go up there, but from what I can tell, it is closed up. Az is going to get second gas. Kang is going to spot that. Would have been a good idea to steal the gas there, I think. Actually really puts a stop to those Void Rays. Stops the ability to get Colossus. That has to get cleaned up. Forces him to build gateway units. He doesn't want to build gateway units, so it is not a complete wall, as I thought there. That Zealot will wall it off, though, so that Zealot is holding the last spot for that wall. Zerglings coming out. 6lings for Kang coming out. He will be up against that Zealot there. Stalker is at half completion. All Chrono Boost for Az going on to probe thus far, so just getting that set. There's the Chrono Boost on the Stalkers. He sees the Zerglings cross the midfield there. Zerglings not going to find a good angle to engage. Stalker's going to come out. Going to be able to pop those Zerglings. Zerglings going to be forced to retreat. Obviously, natural hatchery coming down for Kang, so he's going to be well on his way to an economic, a slight lead there, as scouts that out with his last probe on the outside. Roach coming in for Kang. Very, very good. That will allow him to take some pot shots at these walls. The Stalker will not be able to hit the Roach over the wall, so the Roach will be able to attack now with the Roach range 4. I shouldn't say now, they've had range 4 for a long time, but very, very cool. Cool little exploit on these walled-in Protoss. You do need to get that Forge cannon going. The cannon will give you the range that you need. Second gate coming. That Zealot did not make it in time. Poor Zealot's going to get stuck. Az is just going to complete that wall off. Stargate starting, so as soon as that Stargate gets out, that will help him repel the Roach, as there's not going to be enough time to get a queen across the map here. Layer tech for Kang being held on a little longer. I think, obviously, our last opponent, Lookie, did this a little more correctly. He got onto layer tech as quickly as possible. Kang has stopped gas, really delaying that, trying to bust this wall. Instead attacking the Zealot there. Really interesting. Wanted to kill that Zealot, but Don't see a reason on that. Roaches are still able to attack. They cannot attack the Stalker at the current position, you can see there, but that does let the Zerglings get in there. More Stalkers are warped in. Zerglings being cleared out there. Won't be able to break this wall. Checking this health on it. No actual hull damage taken yet. Gotta pull these Stalkers back. One Stalker goes down. One Roach goes down as well, though. Void Ray comes out. That will repel Kang there. Kang's in a bad way. Again, he is forced to throw up an Evo Chamber. Second Queen started in the main location. No Queen on the natural location. There it is. So 2 Queens in production. More drones in production, but Kang has got no gas. He's severely behind in gas. This Colossus Void Ray build, almost the exact same build that Az used against Lookie in the last game, is proving to be effective here. Az is going to be able to get those Void Rays going as quickly as he can. He wants to get those Void Rays going even as quickly as he can. Robotics started for Az. That will enable the Colossus form. Second Stargate has not come out yet, but he is going to try to get some more Void Rays out. Speedlings making their way around. This Void Ray is going to challenge Atri. Queen will pop out just as it does any real damage there. Actually taking on the Overlord. Very, very nice. Queen's going to be joined by her counterpart, Queen 2. One Overlord does not fall. He has to go back and kill that at suffering significant hull damage. I don't think that was worth it. Single Overlord versus your hull. Unrepairable hulls. They are very, very weak. Back door going down right now. This Void Ray's got to get back and take a look at that. He attacked the rocks. He's moving back. I missed the rally point. This is going to be very, very good for Kang if he can get those back rocks down. Az is going to be in a real trouble as those Zerglings will run a little bit of havoc. But Az does see it. Spots or goes to spot the back door there. Knowing that the Zerglings are missing, it's a very good idea to make sure you do keep a pylon or something on that back door. They're going to go back to work as Az going to get his front, just try to get it reinforced as he can. No forge, no cannons just yet. Zerglings coming to the front, going to pull back. Maybe give the false sense that he has given up on the rocks in the back. We know that's not the case. Of course, we can see Kang doing significant damage to those rocks. They are under half health, working their way down. Zerglings getting toasted by these Void Rays. Void Rays with the base speed increase. They no longer have the speed increase from Fleet Beacon. But they do get that base speed increase. It's very, very strong. Only 1 Stargate for Az in this game, too. Here come more Zerglings. Those rocks are going to fall very shortly. Observer is going to spot these at the rocks. Void Ray is going to spot the rocks, too. But, oh my, the rocks will fall. Zerglings are going to head in. 2 Rays are going to be able to repel the Zerglings. Zerglings are not going to end the game here as Kang splits them up. Stalkers choking up the Zerglings a little bit, but the Zerglings in the main are doing significant damage. 1 Zealot warped in, 2, sorry, warped in there. More Zerglings streaming in. The Void Rays in perfect position to snipe those off. All the Stalkers are lost there, so the Void Rays are going to, sorry, the Zerglings are going to work on the natural Nexus. Zealots being warped in will not help him defend the wall, actually, as more and more Zerglings are streaming in. Kang still on layer tech, just getting started on layer tech. Observer being repelled, but he has to really, Az is in real trouble as he has to deal with this. Needs to get another Void Ray out. There's a Colossus. That will really help clean up his natural. More Lings being rallied in from Kang. Most of the Lings have been cleaned up just now, but looks like it's still a pro bleed, actually. Or not a pro bleed, but not really that too detrimental. Colossus taking huge damage from the Lings trying to micro around. Hull damage on the Colossus. Az is not afraid to let this hull damage get onto these units, but just Zerglings from Kang that's spending a lot of money on that. 6 drone leads we can see there. Roach is coming out now. Spire Tech coming up now. Wrote a second Roach Warren? I think that's a misclick. He might have tried to build a second Evo here, but he built 2 Roach Warrens. You definitely don't need 2 Roach Warrens in the same base. Kang's going to look at this replay and be like, whoops, I think this was supposed to be an Evo there. He might say something even. Zergling's busting the front of Az, so he is going to be forced to peel that ball around. Zealots and Colossus going to be very effective, obviously, against these Zerglings. More hull damage be done to this gateway, though. If you can get this gateway down, you cannot do it, though. Zergling's not very strong against armored buildings, unfortunately. An Overlord is sniped, and the Void Rays will pull back. 1 Void Ray. I've lost a second mode. There it is, of course. The Zergling's still streaming into the base of Az. Az is going to have just pylons. No cannons yet in this game. Those Zerglings will get cleaned up. Lots of Zerglings being disposed of. Kang is starting to fall a little bit behind there in terms of his Zergling numbers, as obviously the ball of Az continues to grow, again showing that this Void Ray Colossus can be very, very strong. One Void Ray parked at the top there, 20 kills, and is in his mineral line. Az is going to need to bring that back, though. He does want to have all maximum Void Rays out as much as he can. Roach is coming in, probably going to try to bust with Roaches, I'm guessing, but again, nothing that can hit air. There's the Hydralisk den. No actual Hydralisk out just yet. No actually upgrades for the Hydralisk yet either, but Kang is just going to be reduced to 2 bases. Kang's not able to push out, not able to take any additional bases. The second gold base up here. Not able to clear that out just yet. The ball from Az continues to grow, though. He is getting that Void Ray out. No further Colossus being added. Only 2 Colossus right now. They do not have the Thermal Lances just yet. Az has been forced to build up as many Zealots and Stalkers, actually, as he can, so... One Macro Queen spreading those creep tumors like crazy, so Kang's going to have a really good creeping of the map hacks, as you will. Corruptor Story being added. They will help against the Void Rays and the Colossus, but again, they only do 14 damage to the Void Rays. Not a lot of damage. Comparative to the Void Rays 10 versus all of the armored units for Kang, both the Roach and the Corruptor counting as armored units. So you can see the effectiveness of Void Rays are going to be very effective here. Kang, I don't think that was a good idea. Trying to pick off a Colossus or something along those lines, not able to get any angles or anything like that. You are going to anger the ball of Az, and he is going to push out now. The front now being reinforced finally by Az with a Photon Cannon. The gold base has been cleared out by Kang. As you can see there, the Roaches just cleaned up those destructible rocks. Kang looking to expand. Only 3 Corruptors out there, plus 1 Roach attack, Hydralisk attack, and plus 1 air weapons coming out right now for Kang. So not a lot of sentries in this ball. Don't need a lot of sentries with this makeup versus a Zerg Roach army. One Roach left behind will get toasted before it does any significant damage. Losing Watchtower vision, you can see Kang is definitely on his back feet here. His back heals even as we only have 2 feet. But Az is going to be doing a great job. He's getting plus 1 ground weapons, continuing to warp in on his high ground, bringing in Stalkers. Stalkers versus this army, very, very effective, of course. Want to make sure that you do take out those Corruptors, but 3 Colossus in there, 3 Void Rays, they are going to change the tide very much so. Observer following the army around as well, going to be able to start sniping creep tumors. Az taking his 3rd base, as we can see here, reinforcing with a cannon. Very, very important. He is ahead of the Zerg, expanding ahead of the Zerg right now. Just taking his 3rd base right now, Kang, getting that drone in position. He doesn't even have, I don't know if he wants to even spend the resources on this. He does need to get more Corruptors out. Checking the units, it's 133 for the Protoss, 136 for the Zerg. Really bad angle of engagement for Kang. He's not going to be able to pick up anything with those Roaches, not being able to turn the corner. 1 Roach gets killed for his trouble. Splitting the army up, though. Kang has broken his army into 2 balls. Second ball now forcing the ball of Az to bounce back and forth. Az has everything in one control group, as we can see again. He's basically just 1A, all the way around the map. Roaches, though, working on the front of Az's base, so looks like we'll see if Az is going to take care of that. Roaches are going to get in there. They do get the Cyber Core that will slow down Stalker production very shortly. But the ball from Az is already working his way in there. Going to engage the Corruptors. Zealots in the front, very, very good from Az. Those Zealots are going to be able to provide a huge meat shield. Lots of damage. Corruptors trying to get in there, rolled off the flanking Roaches. Colossus are just able to open fire. They're attacking creep tumors and whatnot. The Colossus really needs to get on the ball, but all of the Corruptors have been cleaned up. No Corruptors left right now for Kang. Kang is going to be very, very bad way. Guardian Shield is up, reducing the damage from the Roaches and the Hydralisk. Good game from Kang. Kang loses 2 games today. I think that might be it for him, as Az is pull ahead. Hope David Kim should watch this. He's saying there is no way to beat the Colossus Void Ray combination. Very, very strong combination. Threw away a lot of Zerglings, but we'll see. As 2-time champion, playing again, as we're going to move on to our next game in just a sec.